Qnotables.com. It's a centralized index of notable clips, headlines, and references being shared across the community, organized for quick browsing. Use it to spot patterns, pull links, and build your own research list. Qnotables.com. Browse the notables, verify the facts, stay informed. All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Board's March 25, 2026, Departments of Defense and Labor are facing a lawsuit over Christian prayer services organized within federal workplaces. The complaint argues the events crossed constitutional boundaries by promoting religion through official channels. Government officials maintain participation was voluntary, while the case raises broader questions about religious expression inside federal agencies. A Russian national has been sentenced to federal prison for enabling cybercrime groups to hack U.S. companies and carry out ransomware attacks. Prosecutors say the operation generated tens of millions in losses by selling network access to criminal groups. The case highlights the ongoing threat posed by international cyber actors targeting American infrastructure. A member of the Sinaloa cartel has been sentenced for distributing methamphetamine within the United States. Federal prosecutors say the case is part of a larger effort to dismantle cartel supply chains operating domestically. Authorities continue to target mid-level distributors tied to transnational narcotics networks. Federal officials have announced a whistleblower program aimed at exposing corporate fraud, material support of cartels, and crimes involving illegal immigration networks. The program is designed to encourage insiders to provide evidence in exchange for potential financial rewards and protections. Authorities say it expands enforcement tools against organized criminal activity. A former pediatrician in the St. Louis area has been sentenced to 20 years in prison after exchanging prescriptions for sex acts. Prosecutors say the scheme involved controlled substances issued under false pretenses. Officials described the case as a serious abuse of medical authority and a threat to patient safety. A fentanyl trafficking ringleader has been sentenced for coordinating drug imports while serving time in federal prison. Authorities say the operation was run through contraband communications and linked to international suppliers. The case underscores how organized crime networks continue operating even from inside correctional facilities. Iran has rejected direct peace talks with representatives tied to President Trump, while indirect communication channels remain active. Officials in Tehran have publicly dismissed negotiations, while regional intermediaries continue diplomatic exchanges. The situation reflects ongoing tension between public messaging and behind-the-scenes engagement. A major prairie ecosystem in Nebraska has been heavily damaged by the largest wildfire in the state's history. Officials say the fire consumed large areas of grassland, impacting wildlife habitats and agricultural operations. Recovery efforts are now focused on containment and long-term environmental restoration. The Royal Navy destroyer HMS Duncan engaged multiple drone threats during a live fire training exercise off the Welsh coast. Defense officials say the drill simulated modern combat scenarios involving unmanned aerial systems. The exercise reflects growing emphasis on counter-drone readiness in naval operations. Missouri officials are claiming a legal victory in a case alleging federal coordination with technology companies to censor online speech. State leadership says the ruling supports arguments that government influence over private platforms crossed legal limits. The case is expected to continue shaping debates over free speech and digital platforms.
At shop.isitwaya.com, everything you buy supports acun.top, the place where people talk freely no matter what. Check out our Acun Honey Pot, a jar of yummy honey that's as strong as your voice. Put it on toast or in tea. It's not just honey, it's freedom in every bite. Then there's Acun Butter, a smooth handmade skin cream that makes you feel good while you fight for what's right. Awesome wooden pieces for display only. Hang them up or set them out. They're for showing off Acun's tough spirit. Want to help even more? Get a proto membership. So go to shop.istheway.com now and grab some goodies. Help Qnotables keep free speech alive, and let's keep the ideas flowing loud and free.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here. From the Q Research Boards, March 25, 2026, a major government building in Mathatha, South Africa, has caught fire, disrupting multiple public departments housed inside the facility. Emergency crews responded to contain the blaze, while officials assess structural damage and potential service interruptions. Investigations into the cause of the fire are underway. An Oregon medical laboratory owner has been arrested and charged in a $46 million Medicare fraud scheme. Authorities allege the operation billed for services that were not legitimately performed. The case is part of a broader federal crackdown on healthcare fraud. The Senate has confirmed the first head of a Justice Department anti-fraud division, marking a new phase in federal enforcement efforts. Officials say the division will coordinate large-scale investigations into financial crimes and corruption. The appointment signals increased focus on complex fraud cases nationwide. Additional guilty pleas have been entered in the Feeding Our Future fraud case in Minnesota, one of the largest pandemic-related scams in the country. Prosecutors say the scheme exploited child nutrition programs for financial gain. The investigation continues to expand as more individuals are charged. Delta Airlines has suspended certain airport escort services previously offered to members of Congress and their staff. The move comes amid operational strain tied to federal funding disruptions and staffing challenges. The airline says the changes are temporary while conditions stabilize. New reporting indicates the FBI investigation into Kash Patel was broader than initially disclosed, involving multiple forms of personal data. The expanded scope adds to ongoing scrutiny surrounding federal investigative practices. The development is likely to fuel continued political debate. The Vatican has hosted an international summit of exorcists amid reported concerns about a rise in cases involving claims of demonic activity. Church officials say the gathering focused on training and coordination among clergy handling such cases. The topic has drawn renewed attention within religious communities worldwide. A NATO military command delegation has entered Ukraine for the first time since the conflict with Russia escalated. The visit signals continued alliance involvement and coordination with Ukrainian forces. Officials say the move reflects long-term strategic engagement in the region. A New Mexico court has ruled against Meta in a major case involving consumer protection and child safety concerns. The verdict includes significant financial penalties and allegations of misleading practices. The company is expected to challenge the decision through the appeals process. The U.S. Army has announced it will raise the maximum enlistment age to 42 and modify certain waiver requirements related to prior marijuana offenses. The policy shift is aimed at expanding the eligible recruiting pool. Officials say the changes reflect evolving workforce needs.
Every voice matters. The power of free speech is more important than ever. Imagine a place where you can share your thoughts freely, explore new ideas, and engage in meaningful conversations anonymously. With online anonymity, you can express yourself without fear of judgment. It's about freedom, creativity, and connection. Join the conversation that matters. Embrace your voice. Celebrate your freedom. Visit 8kun.top today. That's 8kun.top.
All reports can be found on Q Research or Qnotables.com. Notables do not equal endorsements. We are researchers who deal in open source information, reasoned argument, and dank memes. We do battle in the sphere of ideas and ideas only. We neither need nor condone the use of force in our work here.
From the Q Research Boards, March 25, 2026, defense technology firms Anduril and Palantir are working on software tied to a proposed missile defense initiative known as the Golden Dome. The system is expected to focus on integrating tracking and interception capabilities. The project reflects continued investment in advanced defense technologies. Calls are increasing from political figures urging passage of election security legislation referred to as the Save America Act. Supporters argue the measure would strengthen safeguards around voting systems. The proposal is expected to face debate as it moves through legislative channels. Claims have surfaced alleging federal surveillance activity targeting a Trump campaign associate during a legal communication. The allegations are drawing attention to the limits of investigative authority and attorney-client protections. Officials have not publicly confirmed details of the claim. Federal agents have been deployed to assist airport operations as staffing shortages impact TSA screening lines. Authorities say the personnel are supporting logistics and crowd management rather than conducting full screenings. The move comes amid broader disruptions tied to funding challenges. Senator Marco Rubio has testified in a case involving allegations of lobbying connected to the Venezuelan government. The trial centers on claims that a former U.S. lawmaker was hired to influence policy on behalf of foreign interests. The case highlights ongoing concerns over foreign lobbying activities. King Charles is expected to deliver an address to the U.S. Congress during a potential visit later this year. The speech would mark a significant diplomatic moment between the United Kingdom and the United States. Planning for the visit is still being finalized. Maryland lawmakers are advancing legislation requiring certain hygiene products to be made available in additional public facilities. Supporters say the measure addresses accessibility and public health concerns. The proposal has sparked debate over implementation and scope. The U.S. Space Force has established new defensive cyber operations squadrons focused on protecting launch infrastructure. Officials say the units will monitor and defend systems during active launch operations. The move reflects growing emphasis on cybersecurity within space operations. Claims are continuing to circulate regarding government handling of the Seth Rich case, with some alleging a lack of transparency across agencies. No new official findings have been released, and the case remains a point of public debate. Authorities have not indicated any change in the status of the investigation. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg is reportedly developing artificial intelligence tools designed to assist with executive decision-making. The system is intended to support operational oversight and strategic planning within the company. The effort reflects broader industry trends toward AI-driven management tools. An international law enforcement operation has resulted in dozens of arrests targeting cybercrime networks and the seizure of hundreds of devices. Authorities say the coordinated action disrupted large-scale digital fraud and communication infrastructure used by criminal groups. Investigations are ongoing across multiple countries. A faith-centered message posted online offered encouragement and prayer for the Q research community. The post blessed the Anons, asked for healing, and answered prayers in the name of Christ Jesus, and closed with a message of support to patriots.
Don'tDeleteMeBro.com. 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 Share the site with others. Don'tDeleteMeBro.com. 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 Share the site with others. Don'tDeleteMeBro.com.
That's all for now. Stay alert, stay informed, and never hand your thinking over to anyone on a screen, including me. God bless you, God bless our troops, and God bless the United States of America. See you soon.